Des from Aro-Tarot here, and I'm doing a monthly video. I didn't do, well, nothing really happened in June, so there wasn't really much to talk about. So, like, when I was just tired that last week, and I just was like, nothing happened, so whatever. July, some things happened. I was still working on the one thing I really wanted to talk about for the July video, and so I kept putting it off, and then finally, like, a week had already gone by in July, and I was like, I don't want to do a July video now. So, I'm doing an August one, though, and these notifications on my screen are annoying me. There we go. I always have to have, like, Google or something up, because otherwise this would be way too dark. And then, like, a phone light, not only does it kind of blind me, with how powerful it is, but then it's like, I think I did, which one? I don't remember which video. I filmed it, and I did, like, my phone light, and it looked almost spooky. You know, it was just really dark. I didn't feel like turning my computer on for, like, that screen light, but, anyway, yeah, so, this is actually the second time filming this. I was filming it yesterday, and I looked way better yesterday. You know, like, right now, I'm kind of, like, a hot mess, but that's okay, you know, it's okay. Like, sweaty from today. I'm actually wearing the same clothes as I wore yesterday, because I only went over to my Nana's today, so I didn't see the point in changing, and it's not, like, it wasn't a shower day, which is what I call every other day when I need to take a shower. It's my shower day, you know? Like, I have to shower. Otherwise, I will feel dirty, and it just, nah. But, oh, it's gonna feel so nice when I take a shower tomorrow. I didn't get back till, like, almost 8, and I take showers, like, more so when I get up, so I don't take them at night. Used to when I was younger, but, like, now it's kind of weird. So, like, you know, I can wait for tomorrow. Right, Mittens? She's, like, in the corner of my room, and I actually have, like, the cabinet, like, kind of the little cabinet, like, open. So I can only see part of it. Oh, I think I saw her paw. God, she's so freaking cute. She's so cute. But, yeah, I looked so good yesterday, and I kept going on and on and on, and then eventually the camera actually died. You would think that, like, it was charging for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but it only lasted, like, 30 minutes of filming. So, but I did keep going on and on and on. So I wrote, like, bullet points this time. I think this video will still be kind of long. Probably, like, kind of like the longer monthly vlog ones. I will try to talk about certain things first. I don't have any of these bullet points in order. I needed, like, at least some structure because I kept going on and on and on. I can't help it, you know, it's literally, I can't help it, like, no. Unless someone wants to pay for some medication or something, you know. Since I'm not medicated. Used to be as a kid, but, like, no. I talk, you know, I'll talk, and I'll lose my train of thought a lot, but, you know, it's fine. It's part of my personality now, though. But yeah, I wrote some bullet points, so hopefully I don't forget anything. Of course, the boys are picking on each other. Tomorrow, I'm gonna clean the gauge because it needs it. I use fleece bedding, so, like, you have to wash the fleece, like, about, like, once a week. So it's that point. Fleece has to be washed. They sometimes will start picking on each other a little bit more when it gets to that, like, right at the end of that week, because, like, then the fleece itself's dirty too. And it's got their scent all on it, and then they're like, no. They're not, like, being, like, verbally mean, though. They just keep going, grr. Just trying to be the more dominant one, but Eric, we know you're not the dominant one, because all you do is stay in the house. Boys. You shouldn't, I don't think, be able to hear it in the video. They've, like, done their whole dominating thing before. The boys, they're boys. They can't be, oh no, my nail broke. Oops. Well, I'm gonna have to file that after the video. I know my beanie does not want to stay on my head, but anyway, we're already going off. Let's get into it. So I'll start with tarot decks. I got 3 this month, although I'm only going to show one, because one of them was the Considerate Cat Tarot, which is in my bag. I did a unboxing of that, so yeah. I don't know if it's close, because I can always just show the book. Well, here's the book. I got the perk with the book, so that's the book. So it's so cute, you know. It's just so cute. I love it. I'll just flip to a random, like, some of the cards. Like, they're so cute. Yeah, they're adorable, and I love that deck. It's funny how it reads. Like, it calls you out on your shit, but, like, not in a usual calling out voice. Like, it's not sassy or anything. It's like a calm call out, but not in a, oh, you should do this. It's like, I don't know, it almost makes me think of, like, Tower, you know, but, like, you know, it's not like, Tower, it's like Tower, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, it's, like, soft, but also, like, calls you out, but not in, like, a, like, gentle, like, it's, like, gentle, but, like, it's not, like, a trying to be nice and gentle, like, it's not, like, it's almost like a fake gentle, kind of, it's, I don't know, it's funny, I love it. So I got that one. I'm just putting my feet up on my chair. Then I got my all-time low oracle. I did 2 videos on that, so I don't even want to bother, like, opening it. I literally did 2 videos on that one, so it's fine, it's fine. I could have swore my one nail was breaking over here, too. I think I'm just imagining things. It's just that one nail, Des. You don't have any others that need file. It's fine. And I'm like, there's gotta be another. Oh, that one's kind of rough, I guess. I hate it when my nails, like, are rough and they catch on fabric. It bothers me. They have to be smooth. I don't care how long they are. People are like, wow, you have long nails. And, like, when I was in school, they'd be like, are those fake? And I'll be like, no. And they're like, how do you get them so long? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't chew on them. I just file them when they annoy me. When they're catching on fabric, because besides that, I'll just let them grow out. Like, that one that just broke, it was, like, really long. It was its time. So, it just needs to be filed. But yeah, I let them grow till they break. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, the last deck that I got, though, I can show off, because that one was not in another video. And then I guess after that, I could talk about when I went to the metaphysical shop this month. Yay! But yeah, going in, because we're not, like, really far, but it is a little bit of a drive. So we don't go often to the metaphysical store. But of course when we go, I have to get something. And I was thinking, I'm probably not going to get a deck this time. I usually get, like, a deck, except for there's been, like, 1 or 2 times I haven't. It's just they've had the same, like, selection of decks for, like, a while. So I'm like, nothing's probably changed, so there's not really any decks that I really want. I was wrong. They actually changed. They added so many new decks. Like, before, it was kind of like, I don't know how big to describe it exactly. But, like, it wasn't like a full wall or anything, you know. It was just, there was some decks, but, and now they've, like, my hair is like, no. But they actually moved over the wall of tea, like, over, so it was on that smaller wall, where the door is. And then, like, that wall was, like, all decks. So, like, it had, like, I swear, like, 3 times as many decks as what it usually has. And it's like, oh my god. And there was actually a bunch of decks that I've been wanting, but haven't, like, been feeling that I should get it then. And so I was like, oh, which one am I gonna get? And I actually got one I have seen, online, not very much. And they actually had it, and I was kind of surprised. And, like, it was not a deck that I thought I'd like, but I actually really like this deck, and it is the Circus and Sideshow Tarot. And like, I love this deck. Basically, some of the decks, not all of them, I'd say maybe a third to a half of the decks will have like a few cards, like they've kind of like been hole punched and like they're kind of like hanging, like, and then you can like look through them on the thing. And I saw the Page of Cups, and I was like, is the court for the cups like all like acrobatic stuff? Yes. So I kept looking at it and I got it. And I was actually right. All the cups, like the courts, are like more of the acrobatic side. And I was kind of looking forward to the Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups and like my soul deck, you know, the Justice League Tarot, is my husband. It's Nightwing. I love Nightwing. I've called him my husband ever since I was a kid. I was probably what, like 7? When I got like really obsessed with Dick Grayson. Because I would watch Batman the Animated Series episodes, reruns all the time. It is my favorite show ever. Yes. And just Dick Grayson, I love him. And so like ever since I was a kid, I've always called him my husband. So like even now, I'll be like, that's my husband. You know, like, who needs real people? Like, literally, the only reason I'd ever get married is because it's better financially, and like hospital rights stuff to get married to like my queer platonic partner. Besides that, there's no reason I'd want to actually get married. Yeah, like, I thought that maybe, oh my god, boys, would you, I think Eric's sizing Alistair up, like, it happens when you have boys. Are you even on the same side of the cage, or are you across the side and just doing it? No. Like, literally, now they're like, oh shit, Buzz is looking. I'm just gonna eat some. They're just looking at each other like, I'm the man. No, I'm the man. They'll stop when I do a full cage cleaning. Just they start getting that like the day before I need to clean it. Oh my god. As long as they're not hurting each other, it's fine. So, but yeah, it's actually not the Knight that actually is real. Like, when I got it, I was like, I wonder what the Knight of Cups would be like, because that's also my favorite card, because it's Nightwing in that deck. And I was like, oh my god, what if? But actually, the King of Cups, actually, here he is. The King of Cups is actually on the trapeze. And the way that it describes him in the book, I was like, oh, here's the Page of Cups. You know? The way they describe him in the book, I was like, that's my husband. You know, and even this, like, handsome, and I'm like, yes. But like, basically, like, to me, like, he's the King of Cups in this deck. Like, it fits him perfectly. But yeah, I love how this deck shuffles. Like, my mom was like, isn't that hard, because it's a thick deck. It's like, it's more square. I think it's still like a rectangle, but like it's a little more square than your typical card, you know, because it's wider. And I was like, no, actually this size, because of how I shuffle, which is, you know, just a side shuffle. I don't riffle shuffle. I just do it on the side, always have. And then I will just do, you know, your typical overhand. But like, it's actually really easy to shuffle. I love this card stock. It feels so nice shuffling it, and I really like this deck. I didn't think that like it would be like a deck for me, because I'm not really into circus. I dropped the booklet. Where'd it go? It's like under my chair. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk while I'm finding it. I'm not really into circus or sideshow things. I did go to a circus once when I was younger. I was, I think, like a kindergartner maybe. If not that, then I was a grade younger, like preschool. It was either preschool or kindergarten. But my Nana, well, she taught for like many years. And most of it was teaching a kindergarten class. So like when she took her one kindergarten class the one year to see a circus, I went with her. So that's why I couldn't remember, was I in preschool or was I in kindergarten? It was a day off for my school, so it was different schools. But yeah, I don't know. But I did go once. All I can really remember is there were elephants. There was like that, like the whole thing was like caged, like that fabric-y kind of, you know, whatever, like you might see it like a baseball stadium, you know, and it was like surrounded like that. I remember there was clowns, and there was popcorn and peanuts, and that's like all I can remember. But anyway, I like really like this deck, and I've already talked for like so long, and I've only talked about like one thing really. But anyway, besides that at the store, I got this incense holder, which I love. My incense doesn't actually fit in the hole, but I have a little wooden one, which there was currently some in. My room's actually set up differently now. So I my guinea pigs are in my room. The incense is the only place I can like burn. I can only burn it in my room, so I don't burn it often. They're actually like behind this now. They're actually like under my bed since I'm now sleeping on the top bunk and the bottom bunk's gone. And the smell of incense, like, it's not on the other side of the room. It goes out to the hallway. The hall usually smells a lot more incensey than my actual room does when I'm sitting here with the burning. But I usually don't burn it often. Now with the new setup, it doesn't go over to their cage, like, at all. So I might burn it a little bit more. Obviously, I'm going to pay attention to make sure that they're okay. Since, like, incense is not good for, like, smaller creatures. I know I had a rat before them. So, like, obviously, I didn't really want to burn any incense. I also have a fan, too, in the corner over there. So, like, if it was too smoky, I can turn that on. It'll go right out to the hallway. So, there's always that. But, anyway, yeah, so I got... This one was a hand-carved one that's wooden, and it stands up like that. It gets everywhere, though, so if I put it on this, it just lands right on the dish. And there's currently incense all along here, though, because when I filmed this yesterday, I kind of was like, oh, there's incense all over my plate, and I just dumped it on over here like an idiot. But that's fine, because I usually have to wipe it off anyway, so it's all good. So I got that. I got like 2 more things of incense. I got a bloodstone for my dad's birthday, although it was supposed to be mine, but then I felt like I should give it to him for his birthday, and I did. And he didn't appreciate it, but like, he was more into the other thing that I gave him, which was like a little carved skull. But like, whatever, I could have just kept it for myself, but you know. I also got a rough celestite for my Nana. Then I got this bracelet that I'm wearing like every day. It's phantom quartz, and I've been wanting phantom quartz. But of course, they like never have phantom quartz. And then I was looking at the bracelets because I really felt like I needed to get a bracelet. And you know, and I'm like, I don't know what bracelet I'd want. You know, like what one would I actually want and want to wear? And then I was like, huh, is this like I thought it was like Lodolite? Is it Lodolite, I think? That's like the garden quartz, the one with stuff in it. I think it's Lodolite. I sometimes get Lodolite and Iolite confused, but I think it's Lodolite. Yeah. I got those 2. I got like one of each of those, and I got them at like the same time. So that's why I confused the 2. I think it's Lodolite though. But anyway, that's what I thought it was. And then I looked at the tag and it said phantom quartz, and I'm like, oh my god, it is phantom quartz. And it's not like crazy expensive, or it's mine. It's mine. And I love it. I know one thing, yeah, I think it was earlier this month. I started to really write down, like, all the crystals I have and, like, their meanings, so I can, like, kind of, like, learn them and more so, I guess, use it as a reference, since there's no way I can memorize all of that. I can memorize what each one is, but not what all they mean. Like, I do not have a good memory. That is not going to happen. But, yeah, I got those. Want to say that's pretty much it. When those aren't over here, like, in use, I keep them in my altar. One other thing, because my room got, changed up, I want to say it was July, I got a cabinet for my altar. So, like, now my stuff's in there, and it looks so nice and so aesthetic. And then, of course, it's over there now instead of right here. I have a shelf system now here, like a shelf here. And I have the tiny little shelf that was over here is now, there. And then, my drawers are over there now. I know because the guinea pigs aren't over there. I can actually easily get into my closet, so now I can finally organize my comics. They really need organized. I just haven't done it yet because I'm either lazy or tired or both. But yeah, I thought maybe at the end of the video I could show it off. I've actually used it. I've always had the issue where, like, oh man, like, I'd love to use it, but what am I going to use it for besides, like, talking to, like, Athena and, like, Themis? Which I actually have since, making my new journal that I did in July. I just keep forgetting. Although I make sure that there's an offering, at least. I always apologize to them, like, sorry I haven't talked in, like, forever. And they're all like, it's fine. So I'm like, thank you for understanding that I'm really forgetful. But I want to try to incorporate that more. I actually have used the altar. The bottom part of the shelf, like the bottom one, I keep open. So any like intention setting or spell work that's kind of like intention setting, will be like down there. When I think of spells and magic, I think it very simplistically, like, I don't really see me having to use a bunch of ingredients or anything. I see it as, if you feel like it's empowering the spell, then it's empowering the spell. So if I'm seeing it as just being extra, then it's just extra. It's just whatever you believe in, you know? So, for me, I wouldn't do anything, like, really extra, just, like, crystals, maybe, like, drawing to bring in, like, that creative energy, kind of, like, setting what I want, maybe asking, like, the gods and stuff to help, like, just stuff like that. But yeah, and of course my little troll sitting over there. Yeah, if I remember, I'll kind of do, like, a little pan over of, that. My room, is not entirely clean, though. My closet's terrible. My dresser drawer up above is terrible because a bunch of stuff got put up there when, like, we took out the bottom bunk. And then there's foam and a pillow on my floor because, the one night, guinea pigs were just being really loud and I couldn't sleep. Like, I think this has only happened, like, I think one other time, and I've had them since, like, last Christmas. So I just slept on the floor the whole night because they were being quiet when I was on the floor. So I kind of left it there because the one cat, Manson, he likes to just come in and lay on it. Because if that's not there, he's just going to go up and lay in my bed. But, like, he actually really likes that foam, so. I let, like, the cats come in here, like, is still in here or did she leave? No, she's still in here. Yeah, I let them come in because they literally don't even pay attention to the guinea pigs. They give no fucks. The only one that does is Chubby, and I don't really let him in. Mom lets him in. And mostly he just goes, and then Alistair's like, whatever. I don't even care. It's just a dog, you know. So, no one's getting hurt, so no one cares, so. I've been talking a lot today, so my throat's like dry and I have a frog in it, so I really need my tea. Which, I'm just that person. I like drinking, like shit-ass tea. And I usually drink, like, Arizona tea, and I really like the, I hate Lipton tea, but I like the white tea raspberry. The clicks always get it for me. But, like, It's got like so much stuff in it. It doesn't actually taste like tea. I'm just usually too lazy to actually make tea. But if I make tea, I'm making green tea, because green tea is my favorite. I like to drink lots of liquids, so usually I don't like having to brew tea, like, constantly. You know, because otherwise I would have to brew multiple times a day. And I pretty much just drink tea. Sometimes I'll drink mugs, so I just don't really drink pop as much as I used to, which is very good, because there was a very long point in my life, for many years, I was drinking like 2 liters of Mountain Dew in a week. Yeah, that really was not healthy. I've not drunk Mountain Dew in like, man, like, I think almost like 2 years now. Except for like maybe like if it was given to me, I would drink it. So there might be like 1 or 2 times in like that time. But anyway, I talked about, haven't really even talked about much. But yeah, I'll try to, if anything, either this video will be long or it'll be like 2 parts. Who knows? But yeah, anyway. So I know there's going to be a few things from July that'll probably get mentioned. For instance, I have hair all over my shirt. For instance, I made I think I did show this in a video, but I don't really remember. I made this, my own traveler notebook. This is for anything that's magic-y. So, and of course, the inserts inside I made besides, the first 2, which came with my Nomad, which there's an unboxing of that. So, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can literally just look at literally just the picture. Just the picture for, it. But anyway, yeah, it's full of inserts for me to use. And the one of them has all the crystals, and then when I start doing flowers, I'll put flowers in there too. But there's that. I also recently made, like, literally just the other day, I made, like, 13 inserts for myself, and then, like, 6 for my mom. I made a purse, actually, for when I was going to see All Time Below, although it was too big to take in, so that didn't happen. But I made this. It's just a smaller version of my tan bee satchel that I carry around, but it's little mice, and it's so freaking cute. But yeah, my sewing machine broke while making it. I had to finish it over at my Nana Clicks. It also broke my Nana Clark sewing machine too. So since I was over there, I decided to just go ahead and make a bunch of inserts, get them out of the way. I will show off a few. I'm going to stop this real quick, start it up again since it's running out of its time that it allows in the space, so. And like magic, it's continued. Oh, that red light was making me see like spots. But I did make a few. They're over here. Some of them are in my bag right now, but just cute little inserts. And I do like actually having 16 sheets of paper, which from what I've seen seems to be the standard. 16 like sheets of paper. So like 32 pages. Because it gives just enough pages where I could have each major can get a page, each core card can get a full page, and then the minors, it'll be 2 to a page, and then I also have like a title page, and then I can even have like, there's enough pages where I could be like major, you know, like swords, wands, you know, like that kind of thing. I know when they are done, I have completely finished one, like actually journaling wise. Here it is. Like, that's just a bunch of writing. I've been wanting to write about the Dragon Age Inquisition one for so long, but I only recently figured out exactly how I wanted to write it. So I didn't journal for like a while. But I have figured out exactly how I want to do it. I'm going to journal in it, and I did one card. I did the Hangman. And I'm going to do it in the sense of one of my characters I've made for Dragon Age Inquisition, which there's like, I've made like 35 characters. So one of them will essentially be writing about the topic of the picture, with the tarot card in mind, like kind of like a journal entry. So I don't want to do them in order. So like I drew a card and it was the Hangman, so I did it from my character Callie's point of view. And the card is the romance card of Sarah. So basically it was kind of talking about like their relationship. So you can get like the Hanged Man kind of thing with it. Because I like getting the idea of what it's journaling about. But then also kind of like what else it's feeling with it too. Yeah, and then Callie even like drew little hearts by the picture, like, love ya. Cause like, literally, I think Callie would so do that, you know, like, I was very much trying to decide if Mezzy was going to be the one writing it, and she would have basically said the same thing, or if it was going to be Callie, and I decided to go with Callie, which, like, the way I would describe Callie is, she is a lesbian that likes daggers. That's, like, literally it, and she's, like, she's royal, because if you're playing a human, you come from a royal family, so she's royalty. Wasn't entirely paid attention to. She's just a lesbian that likes daggers. Like, that's literally her thing. Which my brother was like, yes. Where Mezzy, she kind of makes me think of, like, your typical, like, dwarf loves ale, loves having fun. So, of course, also perfect for Sarah. But I went with Callie. I think my main character, Bellavana is her name, or, Anna, or Bella for short, or even Belle for short. So many nickname possibilities. She's probably gonna have the most entries, because she's, like, my main, like canon, story playthrough, for Inquisition. Saris might have a bit. I do really like Saris, too. He's another character that I really like. I already know that he's gonna be the one that writes about the romance story in card, which is the Chariot in the deck. Yeah, like, that's how I'm gonna journal about that one. And I'm gonna, especially with all these inserts, I'm gonna try to actually journal more. I'm definitely also gonna try to use my, planner more. I have been, like, out of a funk of using, like, my planner and even doing, like, daily readings, like, the last few months. August was a bit better. I wasn't doing, like, daily readings, but I was actually doing spreads out of my mom's one spread book she has. It's, actually it's right here. Just buried under some stuff. It's the 365 Tarot Spreads by Sasha Graham. We were kind of doing this, like family time. I just was doing the one spread for myself. I was just gonna do it for myself, and then Papa's like, ooh, do me. I'm like, okay. And then afterwards, he's like, okay, like, Loretta, are you gonna get one? That's my Nana. And she's like, okay, sure. So I gave her one too. And then I did another, then I did another one for myself on, no, I didn't. No, it was Nana. I did the, Academy Award one for her because I like that one. But mostly we were kind of doing, me, Mom, and Andy, because, like, we all, like, read. Mom's still, like, learning. Andy doesn't read much. He has to really be in the mood for it. He only has one deck, too, so he has to be, like, feeling like he can read with that deck, so that kind of makes it harder for how often he reads. But basically, like, all of us, you know, and then, like, we're setting up the spreads, and then, like, I announce, like, the card positions, like, and the card position is this one, and we flip over the card, and it's like, what'd you get? What'd you get? You know, like, oh, I got the Tower. Oh no, this card's calling me out. Or, oh, what was the one? I can't remember. I remember actually it was the Academy Award one, for the hair and makeup, like, should I change up the hair and makeup? Mom got the Ten of Swords, and I got the Death card. Or, no, wait, I think she might have gotten the Death card, and I got the Ten of Swords. And it was very funny, because that day both of us got our hair cut. So it's like, we already got it cut, you know? It was already at an end, you know? It's already reborn, and we got a whole new look with our hair, you know? So, that was fun. But I just think it's so fun when we do it like that. Not like take turns. It's fun when we all do it, and we all flip over the card at the same time, and we all see what we get, you know? And it's just, it's fun. I love it, you know, great family bonding time. But, yeah, I'm gonna try to do more of that. I really want to use my decks. I just keep forgetting to, like, draw a card because, like, I went, like, pretty much, like, a whole month, like, the whole month of, like, June, especially. And even just, I think, the first half of July, just, my sleep was so bad. And I was pretty much nocturnal for, like, a lot of it. I just was either a good chunk of it was, I actually kept oversleeping, like, every single day. It was so annoying, and it just made me so tired. And I wasn't doing my daily draws or using my planner. And so it's just a matter of I gotta get myself back into the funk of actually using it. I know I'm really excited about my new. This is also a point. No, it's a point. Oh, yeah, there's the point. I know. What? Oh, I completely forgot even what that one point even meant. But anyway, yeah, I'm actually really excited for my next classes. My classes, this week is my week off, because I do schooling all year round, Southern New Hampshire University, so it's all year round. You take, like, full-time student is 2 classes, part-time would just be 1 class, and they last, like, 8 weeks. And then, like, every other time you, get, like, a week off. So right now I'm having a week off. So, next Monday, which is the 3rd of September, my new classes, I might as well go ahead and erase that one thing real quick. Okay. My next classes I'm actually really excited for because my last ones, and then the one before that, I took, like, 2 design ones. Design classes are so boring and annoying. Like, I like that I'm learning how to use Photoshop. I still hate Illustrator. But I like that I'm learning how to use Photoshop, but at the same time, I'm not learning it, like, art-wise, creative-wise. Like, it's just all, make a brochure, make a ad for a business, you know? Create a business and make, like, your ad for it, and it's like, and then it's pretty much just all based around people that have, like, design majors, and I'm a game art and development major, and I just want to do things creative, and just making an ad, like, my one teacher even said, like, this isn't art class, this is design class, and it's like, you know, it was so annoying, and I hated it. I got B's in both of them. I literally don't even try for an A. If I get a B, and, like, the last week I have, like, discussions or, like, even a thing, like, literally, I didn't even do the second part of my final project in, like, the last class, because I was like, oh, I have a B. I'm not even gonna do it. I'll just get a higher B, it's fine. I have a B, that's all that matters. But yeah, just A's and B's. B is basically my goal in every class I take. I'm not, like, really motivated to have, like, the highest grades ever. I just want a B. Give me a B. I'm good. Yeah, my new classes I'm gonna take. Oh, and then the other class I took was, what was it? I think it was a sociology class. So that was fun. And I took it to actually get to the class that I'm taking this time. So, my advisor has it set up, so I'm taking a class for my major along with a class that I picked basically for fun because I'm not minoring in anything. There wasn't really any minors that I really wanted. Most of the classes I wanted to take were, like, various different things, so I'm not actually minoring in anything. I know credit-wise I would be considered a junior, although it's not like a whole, like, oh, you're with the juniors, oh, you're with this, you know, like, because it's just online. But yeah, so next time I'm going to be taking 3D, like, animating and that stuff, and it's just, well, we're gonna get to actually do, like, being able to, like, make characters and, like, landscapes and, like, a vehicle and stuff. Like, that's what the class teaches, and then, like, some of the basic animating stuff, and it's like, I'm finally getting into the video game making stuff. Finally. It only took, like, 68 complete credits to finally really get to that stuff. Because the other stuff I took for my Pacific degree I took a writing class, and I also had to take, like, a really basic art class, which I didn't really learn anything from. I took 4 years of art in high school, so it was pretty much just kind of going over the stuff that I already learned in high school. So, yeah. But yes. And then the other class I'm taking is, sociology on gender, which I wanted to take, like, a gender study, like, class, and I think I'm also taking a lit one on gender eventually. I can't remember. I think I picked out 2 that were on gender. I think one was, like, a literature one, I think one was, like, the sociology one. I don't know, it's just when you don't have a gender, all that stuff kind of comes off interesting, and I can just imagine arguing with people in the discussions. You know, like, yo, you know, oh my god, could you imagine if there's, like, people that are just so into the whole, oh my god, I can't even imagine if there's, like, people that are so into, like, gender roles that are in the class. That'd be, like, but anyway, yes, I'm excited. Then the classes after those 2, because there won't be a week off next time. So, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 into the next month. So about, like, I don't know, I guess November? It's about when the classes would be. Those ones I'll be taking is, Intro to Digital Sculpting. So, yes. Sculpting for making video games, yes. And then my other one is Religions of the World, which is a philosophy class. I thought that would be really interesting. I've always thought that, like one of my favorite parts of, like, history class, like, older history classes, because when you get into American history, it's just American history, man. Like, American history kind of, like, bores me. You know, like, I like learning history, but, like, nah, the older stuff is the fun stuff. But we would learn about, like, certain, like, religions. I remember learning about, like, the Greek gods and the Roman gods. Obviously, I really like the Greek gods and, like, the stories from there. I mean, like, I got Athena and Themis for the altar, you know what I'm saying? You know, but just, like, those ones I just think are, like, really interesting, and just learning about religions, you know. I didn't really hear, like, much about a lot of religions growing up. I didn't even, like, it was so interesting to me, too, like, just the more, like, I'm just not, like, Catholic anymore, the more I see how different Catholics and Christians are. Like, I went to a after-school, like, church class thing, for, like, years. I finally, my 7th grade year was the final year. My mom was like, no, if they don't want to go, they don't have to go. So, of course, we were like, we're out. And it was at that point that, I tried Wicca, and then my brother, he's, like, an atheist, so, like, we went completely different paths and away from the Roman Catholicism, you know. But most of it was taught about Christian stuff, but, of course, with the specific, like, Catholic things that the Catholics do, too. And I remember we did learn that Catholics are Christians, but they're their own separate branch compared to, like, the other types of Christians. You know, we were taught that, like, all these types of groups are, like, there's, like, 2 different branches. Like, there's, like, the Catholics, and then there's, like, the other ones, and they have their different branches. But, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of things where, like, I remember from my one class, I was comparing Hades with, or the realm of Hades with, the Christian hell, and it was so interesting, like, just people, like, talk about it, because it made the point of how the whole, like, hell thing, how they view it is mostly, like, a Catholic thing, the whole, like, fire and brimstone, it was more of, like, a Catholic thing, that's kind of just, like, universal, but just, like, a lot of things, like, because my Nana was always like, see, literally, They made you be Roman Catholic, and that's the reason you're not Christian anymore. Because now you don't like Christianity. And it's all the Roman Catholics' fault. And, like, I never understood that, because it always felt like, oh, but they're similar, right? And then, like, the more, like, just Christian things I see, I'm like, huh. And actually, like, the Roman Catholic stuff, like, besides, like, the shit that I really don't like, actually kind of makes me think of, like, the more witchy, pagan-y kind of thing. You know, like, with the whole, there's God, and then there's Mary, because Mary's a really big, important thing with Roman Catholics. Like, you know, you literally pray to her. You got your prayer beads, you know, to Mary, you know. But then also there's, like, praying to, like, the saints and stuff. And it's very interesting. And I remember when I first, like, was interested in magic and tried being Wiccan, and that didn't work out. Was not for me. But I remember trying to explain magic working by, well, if you think about it, praying to a god is essentially like the same exact thing as magic. Is just the only difference is you're seeing it as praying it to God, where I'm thinking of it as magic. And I remember like that was kind of like my way to explain things back when I was like in 8th grade. Anyway, I've rambled about that now. Whoops. I don't remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, my new classes. But anyway, I think that's enough. Try not to make this too long. It's gonna be like really long, but I guess that's fine. Let's see. I guess I'll go ahead and mention, I've actually been playing Pathfinder. Yes. Playing as my gnome druid, who is a pyromaniac that loves burning things. And ale. He loves ale. He just, you know, I just, love ale, but I can only really drink one mug at a time, or, I get fucked up pretty quickly. You know, Davin's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm actually playing Pathfinder, and I'm loving it. I have like kind of like a series going on right now. Either after I film this or maybe tomorrow, I'll go ahead and film part 3. I've been meaning to. I just haven't felt like it, but Pathfinder's been fun. I've been talking about it in the videos, so I don't really feel like going into like big details. Except for his name is Davin Kupsai. And you know, like I said, he's a druid, gnome, pyromaniac. He's also an engineer. He's an interesting character. And yeah, it's just it's definitely been fun. We've only had like 3 sessions though so far, because like there were 2 weeks that the other 2 that are playing, not the DM. The DM's actually my brother's girlfriend, Sophie. But yeah, either one of them or both of them couldn't make it, so we had like 2 weeks that we didn't get to do it. But yeah, but we've had like 3 so far. I know I finished off that Chimera, can I say? In that last one, I got to burn him to smithereens. I know Sophie was like, so how do you want to do it? And I was like, how else am I going to do it? Like, he's getting burned to a crisp right now, you know? I was literally casting a fire spell. How else is he going to go? He's getting burned. He's getting burned up, you know? And then, of course, Flint was like, is he lit? And everyone's like, oh my god. But yeah, okay, another point I wrote down was, I thought I'd mention yesterday, we went and we fed the fish, which, I don't remember the name of the lake. I know it's in PA, which I live by the Ohio PA border on the Ohio side. I don't know where it is, but you go, and there are a bunch of really big carp, and people just go and they throw bread. And, like, it's literally, that's what it's for. Like, there's even, like, a little stand, you know, like a building where you could buy, like, souvenirs and, like, buy some bread to feed the fish. Like, that's what it's all about. It's just, we freeze a bunch of, like, old bread and we throw it at them. The seagulls, though, there were so many seagulls. There's always a lot of ducks. And that's always the bad thing. There was a few years where you couldn't feed the fish. And it was mostly because of the ducks. Because, you know, they might think, oh, if we stay here all year round, we're going to keep getting food, but that's not exactly the case. You know, ducks, I'm sorry. But the seagulls, oh, I think the seagulls are a newer thing. Because whenever I used to go there, like, years ago, I hadn't been to feed the fish since, like, middle school, because I haven't gone the last few times with my brother because I think I've been doing something or something. But yeah, there were so many seagulls, and oh, they scream! Like, man, it was so annoying. The actual feeding the fish area, though, it's kind of like a pit. The fish will fall down into it, and then they can't get up onto the other side of the lake. So, they'll just be in this, like, hole, and you just throw and they're like, but I've been doing it since I was, little. I thought that would just be interesting to mention. Let's see what else. I thought that I'd mention, oh, this deals with the Pathfinder. I kind of had been wanting to get one of these. These hold composition notebooks. It's, from Webster's Pages. I just hadn't gotten one. I know my mom had been debating on if she wanted one or not. I finally thought of something I can put in it. So what I'm doing is, one of the composition notebooks is basically my notes for Davin. And then if I roleplay as any other characters, I can put them in, like, the composition notebooks. You know, it's just nice. I can even put other stuff in there. And then it holds, like 3, and it was on sale. It was actually, Joann's has not been selling any Webster Planning Pages stuff, or anything like that, just freaking Happy Planner stuff, in the actual store. But this one was just sitting there, on top of all the clearance stuff. They must have, like, found one back in, like, storage or something, and was like, oh, this should have already been sold, so I got it cheap. Yes, so I got that, and I went ahead and, because school year started, so me and Mom, we bought a bunch of, composition notebooks that we could use. Yes, what else? I've only got, like, 3 points left, so hopefully it won't be, too much longer. The one was, of course, I went to the Ultimo show, so I thought I did Monitor Party again. This one wasn't as fun as last year's. I mean, first off, like, I wasn't with my friend. When you're with a friend, of course it's gonna be funner, you know? Also, it's my first Monitor Party, so, like, oh my god. I know meet and greet wasn't, like, intimate, like it was the year before, because instead of just doing 5 people, they decided to do 10 this year. So I actually talked to them during the meet and greet, but we didn't really get to talk to them during the Monitor Party meet and greet, which kind of sucked. I mean, they also were late, so literally they're always late. They're even late to the meet and greet, but that can at least be taken into consideration that Jack was sick, so wasn't really sure if he'd come out or not. But no, he didn't come out for that. I did see him during the Monitor Party meet and greet, though. He looked like shit. You could tell that he was sick. His face was all red, and I'm thinking, oh boy, like, this poor child. You know, like, this 30-year-old man is a child. No, but, like, literally, it's like, oh my god, like, you poor thing, you know. And then, of course, he played the whole thing and was, like, acting like it was final. He was on the stage, you know, and it's like, poor thing. He looked terrible. Of course, he didn't talk much either, which he literally shouted to us while we were waiting for the show, like, I'm sorry, I'm not talking, I'm sick. And it's like, oh my god, you poor thing. But yeah, like, Chuck, like, you did wonderful, sweetie. But yeah, it was still really fun, though. I really like being side stage, because it just, I love the experience of being close, but I don't actually like being in the crowd. Like, the only band I would be willing to, like, try to get up front, which I usually at least get early entry anyway, so the only one I'm willing to be in the front and fucking, like, deal with it is All Time Low. Like, all the other bands, I don't care. I'll watch them for a distance. But All Time Low, you need to experience it. And I really like side stage, so. I know some people were like, all you see is, like, their backsides, which I think it was what my Nana was like, maybe that's all you want to see. I love her. But, yeah, literally, I don't fucking care. It's just, it's really, I like being side stage, okay, man? Like, you know. I mowed the lawn all summer, so, like, it was worth it to me, you know, but, yeah, it was, also, I gave them the copy of their deck. Ryan was, like, talking, like, he actually said, he was like, wow, like, you know, because he was really impressed by the fact I sewed this bag, which, this is mine, my copy, They got the same exact bag, except for theirs is a different, ribbon. But it was this. And I will go ahead and open this. I actually got this one signed during Monitor Party. Of course, I happened to open it wrong, so now I gotta try to unknot it. I pulled both of the things. Des, you don't pull both of the things because then it gets all knotted. You should know by now. You've been wearing tied shoes for how many years? Stop it, Des. But yeah, I know Ryan, he was like very much like really impressed, but Alex was also really impressed by that. Zach doesn't really talk, so but yeah, I had this signed, so so my bag that holds my all-time low tarot, my all-time low oracle, is signed by them. I love it. But yeah, they're very impressed. Ryan actually said, wow, you know what I'm really bad at? I'm like, what? And he's like, everything creative. But I was telling him that, like, yeah, I'm in the American Sewing Guild, and he thought that was so impressed. And then, like, while I'm talking to Ryan, Alex, like, he actually opened the bag. He's like, did you make these? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, these are really cool. And I'm like, thanks. You know, I was like, I gave you guys a tarot deck last year based on you guys, so I figured I'd do an oracle deck this year. And they're like, this is really cool. And then Alex, of course, thank you for my new bag. It's like Alex was claiming the bag. But yeah, they really liked the bag. I wasn't able to make any new ones. I was going to make them a new one, since I really, this one has it, we can't really see it. Now, my newer ones, yeah, I don't think you can see. This is a zigzag. I like to do a zigzag stitch around it now, instead of just having it like that. It looks just way nicer with a zigzag stitch around it. But you know, like, the sewing machine was broken. I couldn't make any new ones, so I gave them one of my old ones, and have my other ones signed. Okay, so I only have like 2 more points, so video shouldn't be too much longer. I have to pause this again.